You know, there's no doubt I have one of the best jobs in the world, and I'm very grateful for that. But whenever someone says to me, you get to see every movie that comes out, I also remind them I have to see every movie that comes out. I can't opt out of seeing Fast and Furious 178 or here's another stupid remake of a crummy TV show. So as much as I love telling you guys about the great movies, it's also my responsibility to tell you how to save your hard-earned money and stay away from the clunkers. Now, in this particular countdown, you do not want to finish first. Here's my list of the 10 worst movies of 2017.
Turn the radio on, it's Friday night, and it won't be long, gotta do my hair.
At number 10, I had Pitch Perfect 3. You know, I loved the first Pitch Perfect. It was a good time from start to finish. And who knew Anna Kendrick could do so much with solo cups?
Oh, I know you're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
But Pitch Perfect 2 came across as forced and unnecessary, and Pitch Perfect 3 was a far more serious offense. Even the cast seemed bored and indifferent, trying to make and milk one last movie out of this very played-out concept. At number 9, Ghost in the Shell. This live-action big-budget remake of the 1995 anime classic was on some level faithful to the core of the original, from major plot points to certain stylistic choices, but it was still an insult to that source material with a convoluted explanation of the westernization of the heroine, played by Scarlett Johansson.
You are the first of your kind, but you're not invulnerable.
Maybe next time you can design me better.
Ghost in the Shell also commits the crime of being boring, meandering, and pointless. At number 8, Kingsman, The Golden Circle.
I must say, you are really not as I expected.
Now here's another sequel that insults the clever original. This was nasty, it was mean-spirited, it was smug, and it makes the fatal mistake of thinking we want to see a bigger, louder, stupider, and far more disgusting second chapter. No, we don't. At number 7, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. Now, there's a good chance you might not even remember this incomprehensible sci-fi mashup that comes across as a lame knockoff of the Star Wars and Guardians of the Galaxy franchises. If you don't remember, if you never heard of it, lucky you, because I'm still trying to erase this headache-inducing nightmare from my memory bank.
You could pay your taxes, vote, pay your parking ticket, all through your Circle account. We'd save users hundreds of hours of inconvenience. We'd save the government billions.
At number 6, The Circle. You know, if not for the Net, The Truman Show, EdTV, Minority Report, The Social Network, and the Grizzle storyline on Parks and Recreation, maybe this would have introduced some new ideas about the double-edged sword of the techno revolution and how you can share every aspect of your life and then use that to your own advantage until you realize you're sharing every aspect of your life and it can be used against you. Tom Hanks, Emma Watson, Glenn Headley, Bill Paxton, and John Boyega appear in this movie, and there's your proof that even some of the most talented and likable actors in the world cannot rescue a horrible script. At number 5, The Mountain Between Us. From the get-go, this survivalist adventure saga starring Kate Winslet and Idris Elba invites unintentional laughs, strains and stretches our credulity, and then it gets really bad.
My instinct tells me that we're going to die up here.
Now, after their plane crashes, after they endure all sorts of setbacks, and after they seem resigned to their fate, that's when we're supposed to believe these two actually fall in love. I got your mountain right here. It's a giant, steaming mountain of... you know what I mean.
If you want me, you can have me.
Some other time.
Well, at number 4, Baywatch. I would really love to meet the person most responsible for greenlighting the movie version of Baywatch. Of course, movies are a collaborative endeavor, and often the financing comes from multiple sources. But some person, somewhere, in some moment, had to have been the decision maker who pulled the trigger on a big screen adaptation of one of the worst TV shows ever made. Yeah, I know, Baywatch the TV show was a long-running international hit, and yeah, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Zac Efron are hugely likable and bankable stars. Still, every inch of this movie is targeted to the lowest common denominator. Every inch of the movie is cheap, it's sleazy, it's condescending, it's a sloppy money grab. At number 3, Everything, Everything. You know, every couple of years I see a movie where about halfway through I find myself wondering, wait a minute, is this going where I really think it's going? Are they really going to take us down that road and expect us to not hate a certain character? The sappy teen romance, everything is just that kind of movie. It's the story of a bright and beautiful and lovely and sweet 18-year-old girl named Maddie who hasn't been out of the house since she was an infant because she has a rare form of an autoimmune disease, and her forbidden love attraction, guess what, lives right across the way. He's just a dreamboat. He moves with his family next door. For the first hour or so, it comes across as kind of a precious and contrived and stupid romance, but then it really gets bad and exasperating and infuriating and flat out nutso. Well, we have the rare tie at number 2 of the worst movies of the year. A Bad Mom's Christmas ties with Daddy's Home 2. I'm lumping these two Christmas-themed sequels together because they share so many basic plot lines, so many failed slapstick set pieces, so many uninspired themes, and so many fine actors drowning in a sea of junk.
Sweetie, we don't drink the tree water because we're people, right? Oh, God, make it stop.
In A Bad Mom's Christmas, the moms of the moms show up for the holidays and they create all sorts of stupid and cartoonish sitcom havoc. In Daddy's Home 2, the dads of the dads show up for the holidays and create all sorts of stupid and cartoonish sitcom havoc.
All the right strands are connected! Terrible idea!
And in the case of both movies, I stick my hand just alongside some chestnuts roasting on an open fire, then sit through these ever again. All right, now it's time for the all-time champion, the worst movie of 2017, The Mummy. I've been telling you guys forever, there's never been a great mummy movie, and there probably never will be a great mummy movie. Look, Dracula, he can be cool and sexy. The werewolf can scare the lights out of you. Frankenstein's monster's a beast, but the mummy is stupid. The Mummy is not scary. The Mummy is boring. They never know whether to wrap the mummy from head to toe or have the mummy be some sort of ridiculous ancient creature who springs to life in modern times and usually has some very serious eyeshadow. A-listers Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe headlined the 2017 edition of The Mummy, which was positioned as the stepping stone for Universal's ambitious and far-reaching Dark Universe film series. Alas, this was a murky, convoluted, insanely stupid, directionless disaster with Cruise and Crowe floundering and drowning together. Well, there you have it. The worst of the worst of the worst of the worst movies of 2017.